2, 1. Hey friends, as promised, I was going to do a quick walkthrough of my front yard inflatables here as we're getting ready for the Halloween season. And so you can see we got quite a few coming out here. But as we go all the way out to the very beginning, we start here with the Jack Skeleton here in Halloween Town. And here's our Oogie Boogie, which we just replaced, or repaired, I should say. We had a little friend, to check him out. He's a 6 foot tall Oogie Boogie. But we had a little friend who came in and snatched a piece of his side, and I had to do a little stitching right there to keep him together. He's holding up pretty well. Still got a little split there, but he's doing okay. And so you got your Oogie Boogie and your lock, shock, and barrel. But one of my favorites and one of my boys' favorites is the Jack Skeleton right behind there. And it might be hard to hear because he's a dancing man. And so usually he can get up pretty well. But he also got a little hole from a probably a fox, I'm guessing. I'm not really sure who's hanging out back there, but that's a 12-footer. He doesn't sing like those fancy new ones out there, but he's doing all right. And right here we have Ursula, which is my daughter's favorite. She loves to hang out here right in front. Bam, between her tentacles and check her out. And next to Ursula we have our ghost pavilion. We've got quite a few. We had more. We've got one down, these two twins here. This guy, I guess his battery died out, or his fan died out. I haven't investigated that one yet. And next to them we have an old Scooby-Doo. An old Scooby-Doo from, I think he's from 2007, something like that. So he doesn't hold up very well. I used to have him on the porch holding him up, but he's doing okay. Next to another pirate. So we got Scooby Pirate and other puppy pirate of some sorts. And just a general mummy. Now these two guys, this crew, the pop figurine Harry Potters, Hermione and Ron are way too big. So their heads just like way down. They're either facing forward or facing back, no matter what. So I've tried strapping down their legs down here, but they still don't seem to hold up very well. Harry does good, because he's short. He's, I think, a 3-footer, and they're a 4-footer. And then I found this wizard, I guess, warlock wizard guy, somewhere on eBay a couple years ago. And he doesn't really have a name, he doesn't have a brand, and if you even look closely, it's hand-painted. So it's somebody made their own design. Not really sure much about that, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. So he fits well within the Harry Potter regime. And then we have obviously Lord Voldemort, who seems, even though his head is as big as Ron and Hermione, holds pretty well. Maybe that's because of his snake hanging around his neck. And then obviously here next to our ghosts and skeletons, we have our Coco with his puppy too. There you go. I'm not remembering all the names of what they do, but that's okay. And so normally at Christmas time, we have a little more spaced out within this grassy knoll. But as they come over here, right behind our Jack, we have a 13-foot Scarecrow who does not know how to stand up. So we've got double cords on both sides coming up. And he's also reinforced down below. And also on the tree. So we tie him up to the tree so it kind of pulls him down as he's coming through. Doesn't always stay up, but he's doing all right. And next we got my original, the first official inflatable I got, this ice dragon. He came out of Kmart when they were going out of business. And so he's doing all right. He still stays with it, but he's getting a little old and he has trouble getting up sometimes. That's why he has a new little baby, this baby dragon here that sits right in front, keeping him company, making sure all is well. I like this one. He's keeping Daddy in line. And then over here we have our little pumpkin palace, the pumpkin patch. And there you go. We've got all our original pumpkins and some new ones. And now this one up the line, the first one right here, is the came with the ice dragon in the beginning. He's the 5-pack. And then over here behind we have another jack-o'-lantern with 3 ghosts, and this ghost here never seems to stay upright. I'm not sure. I've tried sewing him, I've tried tying him, and he still seems to flop right down. And then over here, this is another original. I think he came from like the late 2000s as well. And the ghost used to pop up and down and up and down, but he no longer moves. So I just kind of, I sewed him up so he just stays. Otherwise he flops all the way down to the bottom. Then we got a couple other stands, a four stack and a 3 stack. And obviously we have Jack Skellington again right here because he fits well within the pumpkin patch. Now this is my only other animated guy for this holiday season, the gargoyle, who pops in and out and in and out of the pumpkin. I loved getting this guy because I looked hard and fast all over the internet. Google reverse image search is fantastic, but he came, I think I originally bought him on Amazon, and then that person, whoever was selling him, went out of town, and so I had to re-find them again on eBay. And eventually, I just love the look of his purple claws coming out, and the fact that he's sort of, you know, in between here and there. He's my introduction to the front door right here. And then behind the pumpkins, to give them a little more terror, I have this octopus, and this was the other one I fell in love with. I guess I like the purple ones because they stand out a little bit more on the Halloween line. But see, he's picking up the pumpkins and scaring them, so he's always freaking them out in the background. He's got long tentacles that come all the way across. And I love those brows. They're big and furrow and mad. Yeah. Ooh. And then right over behind him, on the front porch, we've got a Mickey and a Mickey ghost and a Mickey bat. The bat seems to be swinging around and not wanting to face up. And then over here we have Tigger. Now Tigger's also an old original. I think he's actually from 2004. He stays up mostly pretty well, but that's why I have him tied up to the top. And this is where Scooby-Doo used to live. But Tigger seems to do all right here too. And he wasn't holding up on the front before. And then over here we have my absolute favorite friend, who's probably the oldest of us all, Garfield. And Garfield, as you can see, is a bit saggy. So Garfield is tied up top to a hook. He's not tied on those ropes on the other side, but as you can see, he comes on down, and he's actually even sits on top of a table out here just to hold him up. He's got a nice candy bag, but as you can see, that's still even leaning up, that's still a little deflated. So Garfield looks good, but he also looks like a giant sheep, sort of. So that's why we keep him farmed in the back, so no one can really know. All right, we got a spider hanging out here. And over in, speaking of spiders, we have our spider web, which is the traditional that everyone has in front of their houses at Halloween. But we also have this top hat spider. Again, I love him. He's purple, stands out very well. Only one I could find that was ever purple, because he was on a list of handmade ones or templates that they made in from some guy in Minnesota on eBay. And then over here at the top of the spider web is another Mickey, a Mickey spider, still spinning the web. And over here at the top we have our green spider. He's the only new one I bought this year, just because I needed something perfect to hang right up there. Normally Christmas time I've got an angel coming down, but now I got a spider coming down. I've got 2 window eyeballs. My second eyeball right over here in this window went kaput the other day, so I got to change the fan on that guy. But they still do pretty well come throughout the season. And over here we've got a nice little archway, candy corn archway with Mickey and a Minnie, keeping everyone safe and happy. Right over here, let's go to the other side, and we have our giant tree. This tree is, I can't remember where I got this guy, but he is, I've replaced the fan twice on him and done some patchwork. And right next to him is our Scarecrow flamingo. But back here you can see this fan gets very filled up with leaves because he's right under the tree, but also that black underneath is another patchwork I did to try to fix and get that other fan put in there. And then I got this ugly little monster thing on Amazon last year for 20 bucks on Prime Day. All right, over here we have the cat and dog, the skeleton dog, who is, whoa, doing all right. He flops a little bit to the side. He's got an old frame on him too. But what I like about this guy is he's got a little plastic piece holding them up. I think I had the same little plastic cylinder on a who was it? Slinky Dog from Toy Story for Christmas. And right here I've got the essential black cat. His eyes twinkle a little bit, but as you can see, he has a neck that is supposed to turn, and his head used to turn back and forth, back and forth. But unfortunately, my daughter also likes to ride the kitty, and it stopped turning. So I unplugged that cord. And then we have our Sanderson sisters, who are hanging out and putting a spell on everyone. And I like the black cat behind it because it reminds us of the movie, the Hocus Pocus, where the little boy turns into a black cat, and maybe he's pouncing on them. And over here we had 3 witches. The other youngest witch, she is she also needs a fan replaced. So we've got a few working details to work out here, but so far we're doing all right, and we have a nice setup, and we've had quite a few stopper-bys. But I'll do another image or a video maybe this evening once we have our nighttime display up. So for now, we'll see you later, Halloween Town. Oh, I almost forgot. At the top of the top of the roof, I also have our double eyeballs, or eyeball monster, right next to our skelly, because what wouldn't be complete without a skelly, and his bat as well. There you go. Hey, Skelly. There you check him out. Nice little shot of everybody. All right.